Hello everyone on stream and YouTube. Welcome to the Mega 64 podcast on a Friday.
This is the rare Friday stream. We're trying it out. We're going to see how it feels. We're going to sense the energy. Is it as good as a hot Sunday night? We will find out by the end of this show tonight. We're also going to talk about...
I'm sensing your energy now.
Okay. I hope it's amber.
Is it good or bad?
We'll see. Is amber good or bad? That's the color of my energy, but it's also the color of piss. We saw people do it at Comic-Con. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Deadpool Wolverine. Sean's got a whole take that you're not going to believe. He's going to talk about that and not the Olympics. And we've been at all these summer cons, MGS Con, as I mentioned, Comic-Con. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Biden for a full hour, unbroken, uninterrupted.
Yeah.
On today's show.
We're going to be doing the Biden impression.
I'm sick.
I'm sick. Come on, Joe. Where am I? Have I still got COVID?
Oh, that tied it into the meme. Sean, go ahead.
Theme song. Hey, welcome back. That was our extra loud theme song just to wake you up because it's before noon where we are. So you're probably still in bed sleeping.
You're probably cooking breakfast for someone.
Or you're supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Hey, before we get into our show, and it's going to be a great show, we have a lot to talk about. Comic-Con, MGS Con, new movies, crazy guy slipped and pissed, waddling all over the ground. Sean's going to talk about that in a second. But first, we're going to plug shop.mega64.com. Our sponsor for the week is ourselves, and you know what? We could really use your support. If you like this show, if you love Mega 64, if you want to see Mega 64 continue strongly into the year 2025, you could support us by picking up some merch. Some Blu-rays in particular have just hit the store, and they're very exciting to people. Our Master Collection is out right now. It's our show. It's what got us started. It's our bread and butter. It's really our legacy to the world. It's our TV show and our movie. The Master Collection is available and all kinds of other great stuff. Yeah. Plus, the Mega 64 summer sale has just started. That's 20% off everything in the store except the Master Collection. I'm sorry. I know I just hyped up the Master Collection.
Hopefully you hyped it up enough they don't mind that it's full.
Yeah, the Master Collection is our brand new Blu-ray release, so that's not on sale yet. Maybe in the future it will be, but everything else in the entire store is. All the other Blu-rays, all the shirts, all the posters, all the little knickknacks we got, hats, whatever's on our store is constantly changing. So you got to go for yourself, see for yourself what's there. Shop.mega64.com. Use the discount code SUMMER64. 20% off. That's crazy.
Yes.
The mathematicians are shitting their pants right now. They're like, that's too much of a percentage.
Also, real quick, last thing on the Master Collection box set.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not only is it great, but I do want to clarify. I found an error in the store yesterday that the listing for the Blu-ray for that box set, it actually had a little thing that said ships in February.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's left over from a long time ago when it originally came out, and so I'm looking at it like, oh, I hope people didn't think that they won't get it till February.
That wasn't true.
It will ship now. It will ship. Yeah, that was never true.
In any sense, that was not true.
That was supposed to say ships on Wednesday.
Yeah,
because we have them here. In fact, Kevin's packaging up our merchandise right now.
He's literally doing that right over there.
So your orders are being processed as we speak. Sean, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You seem traumatized.
What? Traumatized?
he's having withdrawals.
And I'm thinking it's the piss slip.
Okay, well, I
think it's what the piss slip incident has, gotten it under your skin.
I feel like I do this weird thing where I have weird things happen to me while I use public bathrooms. And it's usually, sometimes it's not me, sometimes it is.
It's a great skill you have.
I have another story that I have sat on for a while. I don't know if I'm going to tell this story.
Wait.
Maybe.
Start with the other story. We'll come back to piss slip. What's the other story?
I'm still traumatized.
Oh, I knew. I
Oh,
could pick
no.
up.
What
I knew you were traumatized.
Yeah, what
Okay.
happened?
You're sitting
Okay.
over there, and I'm like, "There's a bathroom
I'm
story."
going to tell a story, and I just know this is hard for me to even say. Okay. And it's not,
I don't
for
know what
most
this
people, it's not a big
is.
deal. It's not a big deal for most people, I'm sure. I've said before on this podcast, I have had a phobia of shitting in public. I don't want to do that. That's not for me.
There's a word in German for that. It's called a Hausscheisser.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
A house shitter?
Yeah, people who can only use the bathroom at their home.
And
House Scheisser sounds like a metal slug ball.
And then I think we figured out on this podcast what it stemmed from was when I was in like first grade, I was shitting at school. And then some kids came in the bathroom and stood on top of the other toilet seat in their stall and started pointing at me and laughing at my underwear, saying it was like dumb underwear or whatever.
Oh, no.
And it was a
Oh, that
traumatizing
sucks.
experience.
Not even that you were shitting, but that they saw
that wasn't the problem.
Sounds like a Stephen King story.
It was awful. And so ever since then, it's like, I'm not doing that again. Whatever. But then as life goes on, you get older, you try to get past phobias. But this took me a long time to get past, honestly. And I would say,
again, didn't it?
and I would say, what really cured me of this phobia was being on tour because I had no option. Like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of times
you have to.
you are just out on the road for ever. And so if you got to go and like we're in the middle of like Colorado is not in our place for 5 hours, you probably should just go. Anyways,
It's like, yeah, pooping boot camp.
you really have
Train
to
you for
just like
anything.
get past that whatever phobia you had because there's no other option. Anyways, and so I went to Kansas City with the family. I don't want to tell the story.
Oh, dude, they got that chili
Yeah,
out
check it out
there.
now.
I don't want to tell the story.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
What?
so we were we all shared a hotel room, the 6 of us, and it was a smaller room. We made it work. It was totally fine. But there was one bathroom, and then if people were in the shower, it's like, well, they're in the shower, and then someone's gonna take a shower. I'll just go in the lobby.
Oh, yeah. By the way, when you're sharing a hotel room, there needs to be like a shower, like etiquette system established. There needs to be a communication. Like if there's no communication, you get like a 10-minute shower.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take a longer shower, you have to check, hey, anybody got to use the bathroom?
Well, yeah, I guess, but I was also like, it was like we don't kind of all go in order who's taking a shower, so it's like I see like 40 minutes of shower time coming up right here.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'll go down to the lobby. I've overcome my phobia. This is fine. So I go down into the lobby bathroom, and I walk into the bathroom. It's empty. There's like 3 stalls and 1 urinal and there's 2 sinks. And then the second I sit down, the door opens up and the entire fucking staff comes in to inspect the bathroom because I guess they're gonna remodel it. And so it's men,
Oh my
it's women, it's people with notebooks,
What?
it's everyone.
They're like,
my God.
hey, make a note. It smells like shit.
And so I'm just sitting there and I'm going back to my first grade trauma. Like,
Hey, this door won't open.
Derek,
Gary, get the
Derek.
crowbar.
And so it's a woman going, okay, so what I think we should do is I think we should have this over here. And then some other woman goes, well, I think we should move the soap containers. And then like a guy says something, all of a sudden the woman goes, wait, guys, I think there's someone in here.
Oh, this is a
Oh,
nightmare.
no.
See, I don't even care about whatever in public like that, but that would like wreck. That would be
You
like
should have screamed, get out.
And so I'm just like paralyzed in fear. And I realized I could say something like,
Yeah.
yep, or not right now, guys, or
Yeah.
anything.
Lawsuit.
But I just am a lawsuit. But I'm just like frozen in fear. And then I see someone like not look underneath the stall, but to see if there's feet.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
They
Fuck
go-
off. Oh, I hate that. This is
And then they go, oh no. And then they just leave. And I'm just sitting there just like, I wish I was dead. And I know I'm in
Yeah,
Kansas
I hate
City.
that.
I'm never going to see these people ever again. It doesn't matter.
Except when you leave the bathroom.
well,
Exactly.
They're all waiting with their arms
I
folded.
waited in the bathroom for probably 5 hours before I finally left because I was just like, I just can't.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so that was my bathroom story that I didn't want to tell, but I did tell.
Wow.
So anyways, the point of
I think
this.
there's a guy in here.
God damn, dude, that was just.
Hold on. I'll get on my belly and check.
Hold on, this guy has weird
Let me
underwear.
Open this door. This weird-
I'm sorry, sir. By the way, your underwear looks weird.
Are these Hanes? So anyways, a lot of times when I go to a convention or whatever, I feel like I go to the bathroom, not to shit, just to piss.
Just to
I will
clarify.
say, I will still refuse to shit at Comic-Con. I will not do that. But anyways, I always come back to the booth like, I saw the weirdest thing happen. And it always happens. And so I kind of felt like they don't care about what you saw in the bathroom, Sean. Don't tell the bathroom story. But then this time I went to the bathroom at Comic-Con, and I'm gonna try to tell this delicately, but there is urinals on the left and on the right, on both sides, and they're pretty full, but not all full. And a bigger guy walks down the row.
How big are we talking?
I'm saying pretty big.
Bigger than me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Ed status?
I don't know Big Ed very well. I can't comment on that. I would just say
A larger
a
gentleman.
larger gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he is walking down the aisle of urinals and then slips in this puddle of piss, and he falls with such force.
Oh my God, he actually fell?
He fell on the ground.
Fuck.
Like, did he stumble? Like, or was it
no,
just... Whee!
no. It was like a
yeah, like 2 feet
It
in
was
the
like
air.
trying to catch himself and then couldn't, and just like fell
Oh.
backwards into the
backwards.
piss.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then it's a sea
Fuck.
of guys all
guy.
peeing.
Poor guy.
So they're
And they turn.
they're like this. They're like,
And they're like, oh no, we're still spraying.
you okay?
Oh, they're still going?
Are you? Like, I mean, are you all right? Because they can't stop. They're peeing.
Yeah.
And so
I just realized the back of our set does look like futuristic urinals.
yeah, it does.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
I didn't realize. Let's
And
put
so-
them to use.
And so I'm the one guy who is not peeing. So I was like, oh man, do you need help up? And then so I'm trying to like help him, but he doesn't want to be touched, which I get. And also he's covered in piss. I don't really want to help him. And so then he like gets up slowly, because I think he got really hurt.
Oh.
I felt terrible.
Lawsuit.
And then
Yeah.
he was like, where was the slippery when wet sign? And I was looking at his shirt, and it's just
Oh.
wet.
No.
Wet.
God.
Full of
Are we
pee.
sure it was piss and not like water?
I guess I'm not 100% sure. I'm not
But,
sure.
At the
like-
base of the urinal.
But-
I think
The
I'm calling it.
location.
You
It's
gotta
probably
if it-
piss.
like
if
a
it quacks
cop.
like a duck.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it
where
pisses like a
he
duck.
was in the middle of the urinal
Do the
row.
Miami Vice test.
Yeah.
It probably was pee. And so, yeah, anyways, he got up and, yeah, he was just covered. And I honestly I didn't know what to do. I just like said, like, I'm really sorry that happened. And then I just left. And that was my bathroom story. So I saw a guy trip in a puddle of pee. And
I just remember
Comic-Con.
you came back and were just like, I saw a guy rolling in piss
Oh,
on
no.
the
sucked.
ground, trying to get
He
up.
couldn't
and he
get
just
up.
is sliding like it's a fucking Mega Man ice level.
There was nothing for him to
Oh,
grab
no.
onto except for other guys peeing. There was no other thing for him to grab
No.
onto. It was just the most awkward, terrible situation that I happened to witness. So those are my 2 bathroom stories, and I hope to not have no more.
I have just unrelated, but I have well, it is related.
No.
I have a YouTube app open on my phone, whatever, and it every now and then pops up like, oh, we're holding someone's comment for review. And it's all to do with your story. It's just people going, piss? Was there piss and shit? Anything with piss and shit is being held. So
shit.
don't worry, I approved
There was
it.
no shit.
I got a little pop-up to approve that. So you're good
Yeah.
to speak about it.
But then I
Oh,
thought like his
wow.
day at Comic-Con is ruined.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
and then
It was early,
If
too.
you have to go to the bathroom at Comic-Con, there's a 50-50 chance your day's already
Yeah, I was
ruined.
going to say.
yeah. And then I think maybe it was Meg or someone was like, why don't you come like offer him a free shirt at the booth?
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is-
that was me.
And I
Hell
I
no.
wanted to put this so
Walk
delicately,
his
but
pissy
it's like
out.
my thought was like, I don't think we had a shirt that would work for him. I don't think that was
Yeah.
gonna work. So
And then you have a pissy person coming to the booth. Like,
True.
yeah.
dripping man, walk to our booth.
But then
and
you
get
set a
there,
precedent.
you know?
Next thing we know is a line of people covered in piss.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
like, can I get a free anime girl sweatshirt?
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I felt-
I rolled in piss.
I felt so bad for this guy. I felt so bad. And honestly, it was the beginning of your day.
Yeah.
That sucks. Anyways, that's my
Um,
piss story.
Overall, Comic-Con, I thought was a positive experience other than the piss debate debacle.
Yeah,
The debate.
I
The
think
debate.
To piss or not to piss?
I will wait.
I think that I have come around on Comic-Con. I used to hate it, but I don't hate it anymore.
Well, there was a point that I do think there was a point where it was an unavoidable, an insurmountable hassle because it got so big and there was no solution to a lot of stuff. But I feel like they've got a lot of things figured out. So I have a really nice, mostly nice time. Every now and then you'll hit something where it's like, oh, what the fuck happened here?
I got mixed feelings because it's for me hard to enjoy anything where there's 200,000 people there.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Just no matter what. The airport, the DMV, Comic-Con. Kind of like an overlapping experience. But there is enough going on at Comic-Con if you really dive into the schedule and find things that are kind of on your wavelength. You could get these nuggets of experiences that overall I think make it worth it.
Yeah.
But I think like just generally, like I'm just gonna go to Comic-Con and check it out and walk around. That is not an enjoyable experience because it's like wall-to-wall people, and if you don't have a specific thing you're seeking out, you're really not experiencing anything other than like getting shoved around by a crowd.
I remember Garrett. Well, not this is really exactly what you're saying, but I remember Garrett talked about that. But back in the day when he used to just go before he worked at our booth and stuff, he would just go on his own with a group of he would go with a group of friends, and after a while he had to tell them like, hey, I'm going for very specific things, and anything else along the way is going to be a mess. So I'm going by myself. And and I remember having to do that a couple times too, where it's just like you kind of have to dial in exactly what you want to do, or you're going to get caught in a bunch of.
Everybody who I've brought as a friend or a guest, they get burnt out in like 2 hours, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know if I can just."
Yeah.
It's exhausting walking through a crowd.
Yeah.
It's One thing is walking around a giant convention center for 5 hours is exhausting, but then the crowd element of it is so like emotionally draining.
Yeah. And I feel like we're fortunate because we have a home base. Like I'm walking to my booth. Put my stuff down.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel like, okay, like this sucks, but like I have a place where I can be safe.
Yeah.
I don't even walk around anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the crowd and I can't even see through the crowd because I'm so short.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I going to do here?
Honestly, and I think whenever I take my kids, like Lennon gets like overwhelmed because I think that exactly. She can't see.
You're just
all
in a
she
sea of
sees-
people.
Exactly. She can't. You can't see like what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
People shove you.
Yes,
That's the
100%.
like people actually just like obliviously like walk into you because they're trying to get to some Ninja Turtles action figure.
Yeah.
Or they'll just stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And it's like, cool, I'm bumping into you because the people behind me aren't stopping. So.
No acknowledge. When I bump into people, I like apologize, and I feel like it's like a touched by an angel moment. People are like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's wow. That guy said I'm sorry.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
Yeah,
It really
and I'm
does.
like, yeah, it's pretty rare in these parts.
Yeah.
There were 2 panels that I went to, and it's stressful because you have to leave kind of like 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes early just to walk there. And then still the whole time you're like, am I going to make it on time?
Yeah.
This place is so big. I'm kind of lost already.
Well, I'll say that was my one. I generally had a good experience this year. Even the exclusives and stuff that I went after mostly were handled really well and all that. So on my end, I had a great time, except I will say panels, they don't clear the room at Comic-Con. And it was a real bummer. I didn't go to one panel that I wanted to this year.
Really?
Sometimes, it's fine. Like, oh, they're doing what? A Lost fan panel. Okay, there's no one in here. I could just sit down, or whatever. But like this year I tried, someone put together, I don't think it was official, a Galaxy's Edge panel talking about like all the like lore of that theme park land. I mean, it was just like, okay, this should be entertaining. And I walked all the way to that ballroom and then got there and it was like, oh my God, the line for this is endless.
Oh, is that like Ballroom 20?
No, it wasn't Ballroom 20. It was a smaller one, but it was like, this is packed. Like, why would this panel?
Yeah.
Who cares
Whenever
that
I hear
much?
ballroom, that's like, oh, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
It's such a like. The lineup system is like go outside and wait in the sun for an hour, and then we'll let you into the indoor line, and then we still can't guarantee you're going to get in.
Yeah, Ballroom 20 is like second to Hall H, so that's usually kind of gnarly. But no, it was just a normal panel room, and I'm like, why is there a giant line for it? And then I talked to actually our friend Jay, Fernando was in line for it, and I was like, oh, you're going to the Galaxy's Edge thing? And he's like, well, The Hasbro panel is later. So
Oh, no.
everyone is going in here to sit through the next 3 panels.
Oh my God.
To get to, so they'll be there for that one. You know what I mean?
That's
And
so unfair.
that's happened multiple times to me, and I'm just like, okay, well, I wanted to see what's in here, but you know, it's like I'm interested in this, but I can't go in because a bunch of people want to sit and wait for one later. That system sucks. I actually wish there were less panels, but they would clear them out in between. You know what I mean? Like take some of the schedule and give some time to clear the room out. That's my feeling on it, but
I think that they don't do that because there are so many people there.
Yeah, I think
that the whole convention infrastructure
would tremble.
depends on like a
Yeah.
large portion of the population being in these rooms at all times.
I think you're right.
Or
I think
else
you're right.
like putting everybody into the hall would just cause like a fire hazard. or
Yeah.
something.
I will say though, on the other end of it, for us, sometimes we get people who are in our panel not to see us, but to see the next panel after us, whatever.
Yeah,
and I
that's
had
true.
people come to the booth this week and like, hey, I was waiting for the next panel, but you guys are great. Like, I want to stop
Yeah.
by and say hi. Like, so like, I do think we.
Oh, it does
we-
work in our
Yeah,
favor.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's for us.
If you're a panelist, it can work for you.
Yeah.
Because someone actually told me that they were in our panel room and actually told me a story about, hey, I saw a group of guys go, fuck it, let's kill time, like let's watch this or whatever, and just sat in our panel. They gave us an awesome room this year. It looked
was so
great. I mean,
cool.
you could see it. We just put out a new video, Deadpool versus Wolverine Part 2. Announced at Comic-Con. And it just looked great. Looked like definitely a room they would announce stuff. But this group came in and just sat down, and he's like, I watched them transform over the panel. Like, that was the best panel I've ever been to. Because we were engaging people to be part of our video, and like
That was a fun panel.
that was a lot of fun. It was like, hey, we're gonna show this thing. Boo! Like, you hate this. What we're gonna show, you hate. Go. And like I don't know. Like, I think people had never been through something like that.
So, yeah,
so that part worked out.
If you look at our latest video on YouTube, check it out. If you haven't seen it, it's an announcement for Deadpool versus Wolverine Part 2. We already made the sequel. We showed it at Comic-Con, and we got a room full of people to boo it. And then Garrett pointed out, he's like, I think while the whole room was booing that Deadpool Wolverine video, people came into the room.
Yeah.
Not knowing what was happening, and just entered a room of like 300 people booing a Deadpool Wolverine fan film.
While Meg's on the stage by herself.
Yeah, they're like, should we not be in here? Which I just think is like, that's got to be the most surreal Comic-Con experience you can have.
Well, I do know that people kept checking on it, like, why are they booing? Like, what is the boost for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the people working at Comic-Con.
Yeah, they were like concerned.
We did our panel on Friday, and then I went to a couple of panels on Saturday that were like comic book to Hollywood talks, people who have had their comics adapted into movies, or people who worked in the movie industry. And I was surprised that our room was way bigger and way more filled. And it was like, oh my God, this is like the team that made all the costumes for Mandalorian talking about like how to break into the film industry. This guy has a comic book that's being turned into a Dave Bautista action movie, and like nobody's here.
Dude, the Yakuza panel, which they announced, they made announcements about the new Amazon show.
Yeah.
That was a huge thing, and I know a million people that wanted to go to that, and they were in a smaller room than ours. I don't know how they predict how Comic-Con has like an algorithm for who should be in what room, because I will say every year there are years where we're put in like, oh, they put us in a really small room.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be big enough. And then when we do it, it's like, oh, no, that was just enough. Is something going on tonight? And then I find out later, yeah, there was like a Mystery Science Theater thing and 4 other things at the same time. So, okay, that room was fine. And then we'll be in a big room like, oh, this is way too big, and we fill it up. I don't know how they figure out when is the best place to put us, because it really does alternate year to year. But very weird that some of the bigger panels that should have been in a bigger room weren't. I don't know. It was very odd.
But we had a big room this year.
Yeah, we appreciated it because it was awesome.
My family was so impressed with us because we had an ASL interpreter in our panel room.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's how you know you made it. If you say
Yeah.
something and it gets interpreted to ASL, that means you've done it. So
Yeah.
that was really cool.
I will say we have had that for years. You just didn't
I
notice.
didn't notice. They had like a whole light on this time. I would say things and then watch her do it. I'm like, oh, okay.
They were very spotlighted. You're right.
Yeah.
In this room, it was very like, there they are, you know. But we had that in our last one.
Did we?
So some of the big announcements that came out of Comic-Con this year, I think the one everybody is talking about is that Robert Downey Jr. has been announced as Doctor Doom. Is Doctor Doom from Fantastic Four? What's
I
Doctor Doom
think-
from?
I think I don't know if he originated in that. Maybe he did. I think.
He did?
Yeah.
Does this
but-
mean they're making a Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they
they
showed
showed
a
that.
thing at they did the Deadpool Wolverine panel, and then they said, look up over the sky, over Petco Park afterward, and they had a crazy drone show, and it ended with the Fantastic Four thing, and then it all like lit on fire because I guess the drones had like pyro on them or some
Yeah.
shit. And it looked
They
really
blew up
cool.
their drones.
It looked awesome.
It looked like, I've never seen anything like that before, honestly.
I'm a comic book guy. I'm a fan. Batman, X-Man. I like it all. Fantastic Four? No.
See, I liked it. That was
No.
one of the few things I actually really
You
liked.
like Fantastic Four?
I did. I always thought it was cute. I liked them.
What's the allure of Fantastic Four? And I know, all right, and I'm sorry to the Fantastic Four fans out there. Okay, before you drag me through the grinder.
You know what? It's disparate things. It's like Batman is over here, dark, brooding guy, lost his family
Yeah.
and is dealing with all this stuff, and he's badass. That's over
It
there.
just always seemed a little silly to me.
Yeah, but then
yeah.
but then Fantastic Four was like a family with like dumb powers.
Wait, they're all related? The Thing is related?
the thing.
The guy that's a big rock.
actually the
I
thing.
think
I don't remember
Is
the
he like
relation.
their cousin or something?
maybe,
Cousin thing?
maybe,
well,
but
it's has a husband and wife.
husband and wife, and Johnny Storm is the brother of
Yeah.
what's her name?
Of Invisible
Storm.
Girl.
Of Sue Storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, you know what I mean? It was like
They're the
kinda-
Incredibles.
I liked it for being the total opposite.
Yeah.
It was always just like cute and fun. And this one, and actually,
I think for me, honestly, the
Yeah.
the leader is a guy who could stretch.
Yeah.
yeah.
But Mr. Fantastic, right?
Yeah.
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 That to me, I just never. I was like, as
I
a
like
kid,
that.
I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I liked as a kid though, because it is stupid. But when they made it like work and be cool, like, oh fuck, I would never have thought to be.
Yeah.
I guess that would be handy to be super stretchy. You know,
And
I
then-
don't know who's
It'd definitely be helpful sometimes,
when.
certain times.
You
And
think
then-
he has sex?
No.
No, what's
Why do you think they call it Mr. Fantastic?
me
but I liked Ben Grimm. I liked its clobbering time, all that stuff. It was just corny, and I liked
I
it.
think I liked it as well as a kid, but I don't. Was it a cartoon? Where did I see?
Well, they
that?
made
Oh,
a
yeah.
Jessica Alba movie.
It was
I didn't see that.
those. I didn't. Those were bad.
No, I just felt like as a kid I watched like those cartoons and the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
X-Men was way more serious and I like that more, but I also
Yes.
thought like it was a campier, like fun Fantastic Four
Yeah.
thing to watch.
But what I was going to say though is that they at Marvel's own panel during the show, the same one they showed the Robert Downey Jr. shit.
Yeah.
They showed the first footage of the Fantastic Four movie that
Does it look good?
Disney is making one. Well, what I love about it is every time they try to make it like badass.
Yeah.
It's stupid. They're not bad. Like, stop trying to make it badass. And then this new one, it's set in the 60s and it's fucking corny. It's like leaning into it. And it's like, I guess the movie might be like 4:3. It like,
Oh,
I don't even know if it's
shit.
widescreen.
Oh, TV.
But it's like, yeah, it looks like 60s TV. And I'm like, oh, this is the angle. This is great.
okay,
So the little bit I saw was cool.
I'm going to issue a request to our fans if you're watching. I want to become a Fantastic Four fan, but I like comic book characters that are a little more serious and brooding. Like, I read the Space Ghost comic from 2004.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
was so, like, dramatic
Yeah,
and just,
yeah.
like,
I remember
terse
that.
and thrilling. They didn't play it for jokes at all. They made it super serious.
Yeah.
And I love
I-
that run of Space Ghost.
Yeah, I loved it too.
It was about, like, the Zorak invasion.
Yeah.
And it was super serious.
yeah.
What is the like dark and brooding story arc for Fantastic Four? The most serious they ever took it. So put that in the comments or tweet at me or whatever. I need this I want to become a fan. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I will eat my words. I will praise the Fantastic Four if I can get this dark and brooding story.
Mhm.
You know, give me the one where Mr. Fantastic has like a drug addiction or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know if they were ever like that, but I'm not an
Thing gets
expert.
deported and has to come back from like Zimbabwe or something. I don't know.
But I do know Doctor Doom went on to be like one of their most iconic villains, and Galactus is in this movie too, which was another huge one.
Galactus is that.
He's the big purple fork helmet guy.
Yeah.
But Doctor Doom, that's crazy. I mean, like, been waiting to like hear something about that, it being in the MCU movies and all that stuff. But I will say, the Robert Downey Jr., that seemed personally to me a little bit like desperate.
So that's the controversy, because Robert Downey Jr. obviously is very famous for being Iron Man, who kicked off the MCU and pretty much helmed it for however many movies, 21 movies. And people were like, oh, that story arc is done. And now he's back as a villain. People were like, can we just not make everything star Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, I feel like they know that the Marvel thing is definitely faded, and it's nothing like it was. I mean, they should be happy it became what it is. That was still a miracle, honestly, that they were able to pull this off.
Yeah.
But I think, they said something like they wanted him back so bad, and so he said they had to get those directors back, right? The Russo brothers, I think? And so they paid the Russo brothers $80 million to come back for this, and they paid him significantly more to come back as Dr. Doom. But it's like, you don't need that.
That's crazy, because I just read today that Disney laid off like 170 people. From like National Geographic.
Yeah.
Well, they needed to pay for.
They gave Robert Downey Jr. significantly more than $80 million
to be Dr. Doom, and it's like, I'm not the target.
I would be Dr. Doom for free.
I would, but it's just like,
a lot of money.
I don't know. I think this is dumb.
I just feel like it was oh no, the people are kind of dipping on these movies. Get all the same people back from Avengers Endgame. Get them all back. And I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. Does the public care that much about those directors doing it?
Are you?
I don't know. Is that
outside of Iron Man? Are you like Robert Downey Jr. fans?
I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he was. I mean, Oppenheimer.
He was great.
He was great.
He won an Oscar, right?
He won for that. Yeah. But that's why everyone is kind of confused. It's like, oh, he finally. Damn, he broke out, Oscar-winning role. Cool. All right, I'm back in Marvel.
Well, that's why they had to pay him. He's like, I got the Oscar.
Yeah, give me $150 million and I'll do it. And then they did. So, I guess.
But yeah, I guess I'm just curious if he's going to be like some variant guy, or if he's just like, nope, he's just actor playing a different role.
What do you
mean a variant guy?
Like, they started doing multiverse stuff in all these Marvel movies, which is like, I think was what's killing it.
Like he's Tony Stark as...
Like they pulled him from another universe, and oh wait, this Tony Stark, he's bad.
Dr. Doom.
Yeah. Or if it's
right
just
in
going
the
to be
movie over here.
Does Dr. Doom ever take off his mask? I don't know anything about Dr. Doom, to be honest with you. Because if he doesn't, that's hilarious. That like
Johnny,
they pay him all this money to even see him.
Does Dr. Doom take the mask off?
I don't think so. He's like disfigured. And
I don't remember ever seeing it.
Oh my god, it's like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But maybe that's it. Maybe he will really like transform.
Oh, he'll
himself.
take it off. He's taking it off.
Because if they're paying that much, they're not going to be
He's
like,
gonna
yeah,
take
keep
it
the mask
all
on.
off. Yeah.
Oh, I hope they do. That'd be so funny if you came and tell it to him. It's just
I
like,
hope that they leave
It's
the
just a
mask
body
on
double.
and they don't overdub it, and you get the, oh, I am Dr. Doom. Hello, Fantastic Four. You can't even like hear his voice.
Yeah.
I like the Bane mask approach.
That was that last season they did of Mandalorian. It is the only season where he never unmasked the entire thing.
Yeah, so
and
why
it's
even
like,
be
oh,
there?
so Pedro Pascal isn't even coming to this anymore.
No,
Yeah,
he's
right.
too busy with
and
Fantastic
you're just
Four
occasionally
now.
hearing, I'll bring him in cold. And it's like, he's recording that into his voice memos app on the iPhone.
what I was
Literally
saying,
phoning it in.
There's no way he's coming to the set anymore.
what I was saying to Rocco at the booth when they announced it the day after was like they had to announce it like this, the way they did it.
Yeah.
Because if it was just an online, oh, by the way, he's playing Dr. Doom, it would have been like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And everyone been mad. But you're in a room full of like 3,000 diehard Marvel fans.
Almost 7,000.
7,000
God.
diehard Marvel fans. And now you're going to announce it. These people are going to be so hyped, and it's going to be the cheers.
He
people
kind of
freaking
did
out.
have this aura of like Marvel Jesus when he came out. on
and he
stage.
put his arms up like he was Jesus.
Yeah, he
I
took the
know.
mask off and he was like, oh.
Yeah, and the crowd ate that shit up.
Yeah.
And all the stuff online was like, isn't this the best thing ever?
Like,
And
watch this video.
You're not gonna
because
fucking believe
it wasn't just the announcement, it was the video attached.
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch the crowd go nuts. And really, you're right. It was the perfect Hall H announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, oh, fuck, it's him! If it'd just been a blurb.
Now I'm here
Wouldn't
looking
work.
at Robert Downey Jr. live, and
Yeah.
he just made this announcement that I got to be here for, and people are the most excited they've ever been.
And I think they did it well, too, to be honest, where they had a million, like, doomed disciples on the stage, and then they all parted, and one was there, and he unmasked. Like, that was very well done.
Very cool.
That was theatrical.
It was, but again, if that was just an online announcement, it would have been shit on immediately. Is my
Or
thought.
just a lot more mixed, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. So that was the one thing. So Marvel had its own panel, but then a couple nights before that, they did a Deadpool versus Wolverine specific. I keep saying versus. In our own video, we keep saying versus.
Well, they
like
should.
that's
they
a gag,
fight,
but yeah,
so-
they do. That's true. But they had its own panel where they screened the movie and all that stuff. But that was the one thing I heard across the board was the biggest issue at Comic-Con this year is that was a ticketed event, and they were not checking tickets until late. And then it was like, oh, we have like 6,500 people to get through. This is taking too long. Yeah, they're about to send Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman out to a fourth of the crowd. So
my
that
God.
after a point, they were just told, yo, fuck it, let everyone in. And so all these people who actually had tickets were like, yo, I was cut by just like randos.
People.
And they all
Oh my
got in
God.
and they shut it off before I could get in.
Uh-oh.
So I heard that from a ton of people this year.
I don't.
and
I get a kick out of that. I love to see a 6,000 person event fail. It's the devil in me. Sorry.
Oh man, but it sucks. They all got like free shit and like got to see the movie and literally Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were like, "Do you mind if we watch it with you?" And sat in the crowd like, "Hey, do you mind if I sit here?" Like that's what
if
happened.
you had a ticket for that, and you just hear the crowds freaking out on the inside.
Oh
You're
my
out.
God, Ryan Reynolds! I'm dying to meet you. You're outside. Be like, what the fuck? Let me in.
Dude, I don't know how. It's probably too late now, but that's a fucking video. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit, Hugh Jackman! Can I get your phone number? Thanks.
Let's do that next year. Let's remember that a video about we don't get into Hall H and then we're just listening to what's happening in the hall. That's not a bad concept.
Who here wants to be in the next movie?
Yeah.
All right, you, and you.
There was one panel they did. Oh, what was it? One panel this year that they did that where it was the classic, like, hey, can we get the crowd to do something? I mean, I know we
Our
did
panel.
our thing. Yeah. No, but there was a big panel where it was like, we need noises, so do this. I remember they did that with Tron Legacy in 2010. 2010, I think. They did that where it was like, yo, for the disc games or whatever, let's get some crowd noises. And that's what's in the movie. You hear,
Is-
"Ah!" That was Hall H. Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
That was a Hall H.
Computer noises. That's all in the movie.
Did you see the video or hear about what happened to Jennifer Garner at Comic-Con?
I heard
No.
yesterday from Jenny. She told me that I guess she was.
She got stuck in an elevator, at the Hard Rock Hotel
Oh, that's where it
Oh,
was. I didn't know
no.
that.
For an hour.
for an hour and 12 minutes.
Whoa. Was she by
that
herself?
I think she was with
Like
like
her PR people.
4
Okay.
other people, maybe, and one really lucky Comic-Con nerd.
Whoa.
Stuck in an elevator with Jennifer.
I don't know
Garner.
if
That's
this
a
is the
weird
right
house.
time to tell you, but I love Alias. what would the girl from Alias do in this situation?
No, I don't know if there was a nerd in there, but I saw the video. There's a video online. The elevator is like the size of this desk. It's so shallow.
Yeah.
It's a really
Huh.
tiny elevator.
Yeah.
When I was at Comic-Con I parked in a parking structure that had a similarly sized elevator. I had this thought of like, oh man, if I got stuck in here, that would suck so
Yeah.
bad. And then that night I saw the video of Jennifer Garner. They're like, she's like singing 999 bottles of beer on the wall in the video.
That seems tough.
Well, this is
That's
a nightmare.
rough.
You're like, Jennifer, I love you, but could you just?
Can we
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Just
hey,
get-
I'm freaking out, Jennifer.
You're kind of making it worse right now.
Stop.
Jennifer.
She streamed the entire thing. I
Did
think.
she?
Yeah, I think she did.
Oh my
I think
God.
that's where the video came from.
Yeah, I saw
She went live
highlights.
on Instagram.
Well, I mean, what else you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
cool
it.
use of it. Use
I
your
guess
platform.
so. I try to get help.
Jennifer Garner's stuck in an elevator right now, and she's streaming it. That is, get good content.
Honestly, though, if I was at the booth or anywhere,
Yeah.
and you told me that was I would definitely check it out. Like, well, let's see how she gets out of this. Like, I would watch that. It's compelling.
Yeah. The fire department had to come and pry the doors open, and it was that classic like elevators halfway between the two floors.
You know, I think if I'm on like the second floor and I'm stuck, I'm like, this sucks, whatever. If I'm on like the 50th floor,
Oh my
I'm like
God.
terrified. That's like, I
Like
know
it's gonna drop.
Yeah, like I know it's below me.
Yeah,
you know, like,
that's gnarly.
Well,
I
you
mean,
drop,
the hard-
falling from the second floor, you're dead already.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But in my mind,
There's something better about it.
In my mind, I have a shot. You know, on the 50th, you have no shot.
Maybe I'll just be, paralyzed.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe it'll just hurt really bad. I do believe that they were able to open the ceiling of the elevator and come in and communicate with them, but they,
This is totally Alias shit. I watched all of
Yeah.
Aliases just like this.
but they couldn't like pull them out. They had to wait for like the doors to get open. So check that out if you're interested. You want to see the whole Jennifer Garner saga. There is a live stream of it. But yeah, worst. I mean, talk about. I think she missed her panel. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I think she was. I think I don't.
Can't
I think
spoil
I
it.
think
There's
I
an
know where
Alias-
she was going, but I don't want to
The
spoil.
Alias 2
What?
panel.
Spoil it.
Maybe there's no way around it now. She was definitely headed to. Sorry, everybody, if hope I'm not spoiling this. Hopefully you already saw it, but she's definitely headed to the Deadpool.
What? Oh, I didn't want to. I didn't want
Sorry.
to know.
I thought it was the Alias.
Is Elektra in Deadpool
She shows up.
as Elektra?
Yeah.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Is
Sorry, everybody.
is Daredevil in it?
You want me to say? Guys. I hope you saw it.
Yeah, I already. Ah.
No.
Ben Affleck as Daredevil in it?
Oh, I don't know. Is that?
Fuck,
You want me to say
I
anything?
can tell by your reaction.
No.
All you gotta say is no, buddy. You spoiled it.
No.
Well, I could have said no.
Yeah,
I
you-
didn't-
exactly.
It's not. But
Exactly.
No, maybe he is though. Maybe you're fucking with me. I'm not gonna see it. It doesn't matter.
Didn't the Elektra movie from 2005 like notoriously tank really hard?
Yeah. So yeah, this Deadpool and Wolverine movie is kind of which I didn't know. I saw it.
You saw it twice.
Can't sit
You
through.
saw it twice?
I actually saw it twice.
Have you seen it? You saw it.
I saw it once.
Okay.
And I can't believe I would have ever said that because I can't get through either of the previous Deadpool movies. But I liked that the new one I didn't know it was going to be like a goodbye to all the Fox movies. Even good and bad, it was kind of touching in that way. I was like, oh, wow, they're actually putting in an effort to send that off. That's kind of cute. And I enjoyed it. Yeah, Elektra is in it. Sorry that if I spoiled that for anybody.
So,
but at this point, they're just posting everywhere. They're showing,
So you're a fan of Deadpool now. Chimichanga.
I didn't say that.
Tacos.
I didn't say that. But
What if I killed you with my butt?
it felt
That's my
like,
favorite.
Come on, brain, don't fail me now.
you know what was refreshing about it? Not only the Fox movie thing, and I didn't expect that angle to it.
I
There's-
haven't seen the movie, but I really want to.
Yeah. I don't want to go into it too much other than like I enjoyed the meta of it where it's like, your universe is ending. Well, why is it ending? And it's the meta into like, well, you were part of Fox and that's going away. Like I enjoyed that whole angle. I didn't expect that. But also I just feel like it had been a long time since someone made a summer movie. Do you know what I mean? Like you see it and it's like, yeah, this reminds me of like 20 years ago, we would have like seen this 3 times in theaters and gotten fucking Slurpees. You know
What
what
about
I mean?
Twisters?
Like it was
That wasn't that for you?
maybe that was it, but I had no interest in
Well,
that.
Furiosa was supposed to kick off the summer movies.
Oh yeah, that was in May, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that Furiosa was fucking good. I say it every time I'm on this show. I really liked it.
That came at a time I was not able to like see shit, so I never saw it.
I had heard nothing but good things about Twisters, and yeah, same Rocco. I'm just like,
I don't know. I don't have that much reverence for the original.
Oh, I
Like,
love.
I don't hate
From
it.
what I've heard-
but I just don't need to see him.
From what I've heard, this is basically just the first movie
Yeah.
all over again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
They're trying to put a
thing in a twisted
yeah, they're
tornado?
trying to put a thing in a tornado.
That was.
Trying to put I don't know why that's so.
for
That's what Twister
Put
is.
a thing in the. Hey, put a thing in the.
Dude, that's
tornado.
what the whole first movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have these balls, and if we get them in a good tornado, we'll solve tornadoes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess it
But they
didn't
didn't
work.
Have
And
Bill
then-
Paxton or Philip Seymour Hoffman, so
Dude,
that is a.
Have you seen
big
Twister, the original?
Oh yeah, the original. a bunch
Okay,
of
yeah.
times.
I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, it's crazy that Helen Hunt has this character plot where her dad was killed by a bad twister.
Yeah,
and so
tornado.
people were like, nobody's ever seen a twister that big. And then she's in the corner like, I have.
One person has.
I have. Daddy.
That's what he said. That's the exact quote. Remember that daddy
Yeah.
thing?
Daddy.
And then the daddy killer tornado shows up at the end and she's like, I remember you, motherfucker. You killed my father. My name is Helen Hunt. Like Inigo Montoya.
And I'm mad about you.
That was my first,
She shoots it with a gun.
my first exposure to The
Pokes a hole in
Shining
it.
was Twister because
Oh, yeah,
I
me
watched it in the
too.
drive-through,
Oh.
a drive-in rather, and it destroys the screen. But I remember thinking that movie looked scary as fuck. And then when I started watching the movie, I'm like, this is the Twister movie.
Oh, the Twister film.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, I didn't care about that, seeing that for whatever reason. And but let me just say too, I fucking hate. I've always hated Deadpool, the character, and didn't want to see that much either. But then once Comic-Con rolled around, I mean, honestly, from the beginning, I was like, well, the fact that it's got Wolverine, I do like Wolverine a lot, so like that was getting me. But I wanted to see it ASAP because we were at Comic-Con. It came out during Comic-Con, and I'm like, if I'm gonna see it at all, I would at least like to see it before I hear a bunch of people talking to me
We were
about it.
doing a lot of research for the Deadpool Wolverine video we were making.
Yeah.
We watched every trailer for the Deadpool Wolverine movie, and I feel like, watching that, it was like, this actually looks kind of good.
Yeah, we did talk about
What
that.
did you think, Meg?
I thought it was good. I don't I'm not a big Deadpool person either, but it was a good movie.
I think they said fuck too much. I didn't see it,
Yeah.
but I heard that they said fuck 119 times.
I do
or
like
something
the dog pool was very cute.
Oh, dog pool.
Very cute.
I didn't know
but
about dog pool.
There is a dog. It's Britain's ugliest dog.
In real life.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
this dog was voted as England's ugliest dog.
So then they got that dog to be in the movie?
Yeah.
Wow. See?
I think they just should have called it Dead Dog.
Dead dog.
Yeah.
Deadpool, Dead Dog.
Yeah.
That
I
would have
agree.
made more sense. Dog
Yeah.
pool. Dog pool sounds like where you take your dog to swim.
Sure.
So
Yeah. No,
Well,
I'm with you on
Are
that.
you saying that Deadpool is a man that's a pool?
I don't understand where the part pool comes from. I
Yeah,
get
me
he
neither.
dead. I'm gonna kill you. I get that pool. I'm
I thought
gonna
It's because
bathe you.
they
thought
were
he is
betting
dead.
on like
Oh.
it was a dead pool.
Oh, promotes gambling.
You know what?
Yeah, that's
Never
not
mind.
No, but anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to see it before. I figured a bunch of people were going to tell me stuff at the booth, and I was like, well, if I'm going to see it, if I'm going to give this a chance at all, I want to see it before that.
Surprisingly, nobody
Not really.
came up and talked about
I
it.
think everyone was kind of on the same page. You know what? It was a like-minded crowd where they were like, I'm not going to bring it up. I just have horror flashbacks. Truthfully, most people, when you go to Comic-Con, respect that. They're not going to spoil the latest thing for you. But I still have PTSD from, I wasn't even into Harry Potter, but when that
That sucked.
sixth book,
I think-
one of the last books,
Yeah, I think it was a 6.
it came out during Comic-Con.
Maybe it was a 7.
And people were like up all night reading it, and then at the coming to the booth, like, oh my god, did you read it? Well, I wasn't even part of that, but I saw so many people get their shit spoiled. Like,
That
page
sucks.
202. Oh, I don't even want to say. And I just watched you guys all like, I wish people would shut the fuck up about this book.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day about a friend we all had, not going to name their name. They did spoil Harry Potter as a joke.
Yes.
And all of these years later, they just popped in my head the other day because I was thinking about them and I was like, that friendship ended that day. I just realized like I really just blocked them on all social media because I
Yeah.
was so mad about that. And
That'll
I-
do it.
And I never unblocked them. And I don't think I don't even know where they are anymore. They fucking spoiled Harry Potter and they were out of my
Isn't
life
it funny?
forever.
They're
Who
dead
knew
to
at
you.
the time that, oh, ha, your little joke, yeah, you're going to make everybody mad. Yeah, relationship.
I actually never spoke to you again.
Oh, yeah, like you fell out of my life.
That's interesting.
It's funny, not spoiler related, but I had the same thought the other day. There was someone I used to talk to in high school and all that stuff, and they posted their like pet injuries or something. Like they worked at a vet and they posted all the gore that they
Oh my
had to like
Ew.
whatever, and that was the same thing where it was like, damn, that day I blocked them completely, and I've never spoke to
Yeah.
them. It's been like
it was nothing personal.
someone I liked.
I was just like, dude, that's not funny. If you're gonna be posting that stuff, I don't even want to see that. So I'm just gonna block you. We're still friends, but then, yeah, we just fell out of contact.
That was it.
And I was like,
sometimes it's all it takes.
it really just was. I blocked them on all social media, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of these friendships are hanging on by a thread, anyways. And to say that,
sometimes.
You know, though, I
what it
really
takes.
liked this person.
Yeah, I know.
But I was just like, that's fucked up. Like that pissed me off. We're still cool, but I'm not gonna I don't know if you're gonna do this again. So,
yeah, I can't trust you.
Yeah, and then just as time, as you get older, sometimes social media is the only way you keep in contact with these people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't kept up on
Followed
you.
up. You have no
years.
idea.
Yeah, I don't even know where you are.
Yeah.
Now it'd be awkward to reach out. Like, sorry, I blocked you 20 years ago, but how you doing?
Yeah. How you doing now?
Yeah, I finished Harry Potter finally, so now
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
And then he's like, did you know Electra's in?
a block. I'm done.
Sorry,
We're
now
done.
I'm that guy. I'm gonna get blocked. After
Uh-oh.
this. Real quick, I do want to. There a couple more things I want to say about Comic-Con. I do want to just take a second. As we mentioned earlier, if you like our show, you like what we do, shop.mega64.com. We have the Mega 64 summer sale happening right now, 20% off of everything, and good time to catch up on things maybe you didn't pick up in our store. That's all available now. Apparel, Blu-rays, you name it. Shop.mega64.com. But go pick that up.
We've never had a store-wide sale before. This is our first one, I think, right?
No.
We've done like
thank
media,
you.
but our whole entire store.
Actually, no. I think we did one in the pandemic.
I feel like he threw you under the bus there a little bit.
He loves to do that, but I
You
do.
wanna-
No. What you just said was stupid.
Yeah.
Actually, you might be right, but no.
I think maybe during the pandemic, because you were pretty sure a second ago.
I know
Yeah.
we did a stimulus sale at one point.
We did do a stimulus.
Hey,
festival
let's
sale.
just
We did.
pretend this is the first one we've ever done. Just,
Just for
so
fun.
nobody looks dumb.
I'm okay. I looked dumb a lot. I'm fine
Store-wide
with
sale,
that.
20% off. 20% is huge.
It's a lot of sense.
10% is huge. I used to work at a bookstore and we had a 10% discount, and some mathematician came in who was like an 80-year-old lady, and she was like, oh, 10%, that's big. A lot of people don't know that's big, but I studied math in college, and 10%, that compounds. That's a good deal. And we're doing 20%. So
Yeah.
she's rolling in her grave right now.
But to your credit, Sean,
Yeah.
only one other time. And it was during when we weren't meeting up here.
See?
So you have you may have
No.
not even been here.
I don't think I was. I was in my bunker.
So credit where credit is.
He was in a bunker eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
that classic bunker popcorn, my
That's the
favorite.
best
Popcorn.
But I also want to let you know, patreon.com/mega64 is an equally great way. Support Mega 64, and you get a bunch of exclusive stuff. We put up a ton of video shit from Comic-Con, us setting up the booth, all that stuff.
I think we should put our full Deadpool Wolverine clips up
Yes,
on there.
I was
that's a good
totally.
idea.
Because we filmed a lot of that fake movie, and
Yeah,
you
it's
see,
longer than what's in there.
You see like a fraction of it in the video we posted.
Yeah, I think all of that is going to be coming to Patreon. All of that. There will be way more stuff coming. But I did like a little private tour of the con before it opened.
No one gets
That's
to see
on
that.
Patreon. Mega 64 Movie Club, and a countless other shows every week. Tune in, do it for yourself and for us. Patreon.com/mega64. What I did want to say about Comic-Con though is I did put up a video about this. You may have seen, but the one exclusive. So I had some exclusives I wanted to get this year. Pretty light compared to other years. There's other years where I got bled out financially. We're just like, oh my god, every booth has 80 things I want. This year, only a few. But one thing I always heard about was, oh, do you ever get the con candy bars? They always, man, they were gone in less than an hour. I can't believe it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I guess every year the convention center makes their own candy bars. Like they make it themselves, and you can get it at one booth outside of Ballroom 20, and they're gone in an hour. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything else to pick up this year. Like I always get there early in the morning to pick stuff up. I'm like, I did that the first day. I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna check this candy bar thing out. Sure enough, there were people who, I mean, it was ridiculous. Like I got there. Oh, I've been in line since 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, for fucking candy bars? Like, what are we doing? But I was like, okay, it's about to open. I'll stick around, see what happens. And I got the full set of Comic-Con candy bars.
You came to the booth, holding them over your head, like, I got them. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I've been going to Comic-Con forever. And we've worked Comic-Con for 20 years now.
Yeah.
What? I have never once heard of this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And you like, show me these, like, here they are. And it's like, yeah, these are definitely deluxe candy bars. What is this shit? How did you hear about this?
I just always through social media. It was like, dude, did you get that chocolate, dude? Oh no, I couldn't get them. And I was like, what are these people talking about? But I almost wish I wouldn't have tried it because I'm gonna be doing that every year now. Those were so good. It was like, oh yeah, none of them were just like, oh, candy here, whatever. It was like, no, this has dried miso, black sesame,
strawberries,
dried strawberry. Yeah, and then you'd eat it. A lot of them had fruit in them, and I'm kind of.
So they're healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it all balances out.
We got the fruit intake.
No, but I kept thinking
miso's like a vegetable.
I don't always love like fruity chocolate. Like I don't like to mix the two worlds.
I don't eat that fruity chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Like give me fruit or give me chocolate. I don't like to mix it. But the way they did it, it was like, oh, this is its own unique flavor. I'm not eating one or the other. It's that particular one that we just mentioned. It was almost savory. It was almost like cheese-like.
It tasted like cheese.
Like what is happening here?
Gross,
it sounds gross, but it was pretty.
It was really good.
Johnny, chocolate and cheese. You get the reference?
Oh yeah. 30th anniversary was today.
Okay, I'm on a path. We don't need to pivot it into this crap.
We don't need to get into it.
I'll Google later.
But anyway, but oh my God, they were all good. One of them was like, okay, here's all the ingredients in a banana split, and they're all in this bar. But it was like really high quality chocolate too. Oh my God, that was the best exclusive. Like I got some cool figures, but that was the best exclusive.
Yeah.
And now, where do I display those exclusives?
Chocolate and cheese.
It's killing me because I really tried to make a thing where every week I like to have a different little figure here on the desk, and I forgot. I could have put.
Yeah, it's killing all of us, to be honest.
It brightens my day to see a little thing there.
You don't have a new toy here.
I got really cool. I wasn't even planning to get it, but they did figures of the first sketches of the Ninja Turtles, like really, like bad sketch of like just this little turtle guy, and I got a figure of that, and I wanted to put that there, but I forgot.
I feel bad because I've given you shit, Rocco, about your collections and your toys or whatever, and I'm going to be more open-minded and nice about it. I have decided. So this sounds sarcastic, but it is not. Like I support you putting the turtle here in the future.
That's like telling the crackhead, I don't care if you smoke your pipe.
What happened was
sorry.
What happened was
I've already told Rocco this, so I'll say it here. Is that I was talking to Beckett. Beckett and I worked the booth on Wednesday night, and I like doing that. It's like our little thing that me and him do. And Rocco was there, and I said, "Oh, basically me and you broke in the booth, Beckett, and Rocco out there buying whatever dumb figure he wants to buy." And Beckett went, "Whoa, why are you calling him dumb?"
Oh,
and I was like,
"Wow,
I don't know." He's like,
"Damn,
he likes it, right? What's the problem?"
Dude,
with that?
hate this new generation.
And I was like, "You know what, Beckett? You're right. I was just giving Rocco shit. There's no need for that. He can get whatever he's into. I support him. So Rocco, I apologize.
The liberals have won.
I apologize.
Kids can't even be mean anymore.
But he was right. I was like, yeah, I was just being so negative about it. Like, I'm always go ahead and get it. I always like that when you show me what you got.
This is why we need Trump.
Jesus
Whoa!
All right, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for that.
I'm getting out of here.
This is why JD Vance, little slice of the South.
That's why we need Bagger Vance in office.
Exactly. We said we were gonna get political in the pre-show. Here we go.
We promised and we delivered. No, that's cute. Thank you for saying that. I don't know.
Just
did
kidding.
That. But I did just want to say something that did break my heart. I know we're talking a lot about Comic-Con. I do want to talk about MGS Con for a second at some point in the near future. But Saturday of Comic-Con was my day to like leave early. I was there every morning. I left early on Saturday.
As did I.
I was very tired. Went home, and as soon I get in bed, and the message we get, the group chat.
From Meg of all
Meg
people.
ruined my night. I was trying to go to
Really?
bed, and then I was too upset to sleep. She sent everybody. Jennifer Tilly just stopped by the booth to get the bunny shirt and the panic attack hat. Now, real ones know. Everyone, especially if you're on our Patreon, not to plug that again, we just did an episode of Movie Club on Bound.
Bound, yeah.
Mere days before Comic-Con. And what did I say in that episode? How I've always loved Jennifer Tilly.
I'm in love with her.
Perma crush on her
that's what you
forever.
said, yep.
And
Well,
as
it's probably better
soon
you
as I
weren't
go
there
home-
then.
No, it would.
Because that would have been awkward.
It wouldn't have been awkward at all. It would have been the opposite.
now-
Hi, Miss Tilly. I've always had a big crush on you.
Well, Meg, who was there,
Garrett.
was it awkward? Was
No.
Garrett?
So I want to hear about
Well,
this.
okay. All right.
Because I want to know. Because Garrett, before I interrupt you again.
Yes.
Garrett said, "I played it cool." And
He said he was smooth.
he said, "I was. Don't worry, Sean. When Jennifer Tully came to the booth, I was smooth." And then I thought, well, I have to ask Meg how this really
Yeah.
works. So he's
All
not
right.
here.
All right.
What's the verdict?
I will give Garrett credit.
Okay.
Because
All right.
he was pretty smooth.
He was.
But he only said like 3 words to her.
Oh.
So I was doing something, I was talking to somebody, and then I hear Garrett say, because somebody was kind of like lingering in front of the booth looking at what we had on the table, which is normal. And then I heard somebody say like, "Oh, I love all the stuff you have." And then Garrett says, "Well, we love you, Miss Tilly." And I look up and I was like, "Oh, holy shit, it's Jennifer Tilly." And
So Garrett noticed before you did.
yes,
Oh,
because
wow.
I wasn't like looking at people. I was nonverbal at that point.
He actually remembered her name. That's
and
big.
That's
No,
what
Garrett.
no,
that's what
it-
scared me. I was
Yes.
worried he was going to say like, "Well, hello, Miss Kidman."
So
You know, something.
even Garrett did admit, he was like, "I got a 50-50 chance on if I get this right."
Oh no.
But like as soon as she like said something, I was like, "Yeah, that's definitely Jennifer Tilly."
Oh
Okay.
my God.
But yeah, well, we sure do love you, Miss Tilly.
And then what happened after that?
And then so she's asking me like, "Oh, what's mega mean?" And so I tell her like we're a production company, and we have like a nice conversation, and she buys a shirt and a hat and
That's
went
pretty
on her
good.
way, and it was very smooth and not
so-
awkward.
All Garrett said to her was, "We
Yeah.
love you, Miss Tilly."
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, and then he let me handle the talking.
Okay.
See, if I was there, I would have handled that all different.
Okay,
I would
well,
have been
I'm
like,
scared
Here's
what
my
you-
phone
so
number.
good to see you. No, so good to see you. It's fate brought
It's
you
already
here
awkward.
Oh,
It's already
because
awkward.
we just did an episode of our movie
I'm
club
uncomfortable
show
and I'm not even
about
Jennifer
Bound,
Tilly.
and I would have scrubbed to that episode on my phone. Wait right there. Hold on. And I would have shown her all the great stuff we said.
Oh man.
Watch the hold on. Watch this on my phone.
And
I
then
would've
it's you
held it
going,
up.
"Yo, Jennifer Tilly's so hot.
Hey,
I've always had a crush
didn't
on
say
her."
that.
Jennifer Tilly, child of Bucky.
Well, the
good,
thing about it was
good.
too.
You're good.
She was like very obviously in disguise. She was wearing like a big sun hat. She had like a handler behind her, like a couple
Yeah.
feet away.
That's why she was on the show floor.
I
honestly.
know. But yeah, she was just checking out our booth. So
And
that
then
was super
she
cool.
liked our stuff.
She did. She liked it. And I was gonna
You
give it to her.
designed that shirt.
I know. So it was a big compliment. But I was gonna give it to her for free, but we did charge her. So
Well,
She's got that liar.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
fun. Jennifer Tilly, dude, wasn't she married to Sam Simon? She's like a billionaire.
I don't pry into her personal life.
She's more than fine. She's got that Simpsons money. She's
Yeah.
fine.
I would have given it to her for free.
Well, that
personally. I would have given her our box set.
We're officially endorsed by Bam Margera and Jennifer Tilly with
Yep.
our merchandise.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah, who's next?
Robert Downey.
Could be you.
yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Go to
Robert
shop.mega64.com. The summer sale, 20% off.
I wanted like a collection of like celebrities wearing the bunny shirt of
Yeah.
all shirts.
Specifically that.
We got Jennifer Tilly. We got Bam. I need like, I don't know, Joe Pesci to wear that shirt, you know?
Danny DeVito.
Joe Biden.
I need Joe Biden. to
Joe
wear that.
Budden, for that matter. So I don't know if there's anything else about
Cliff
Comic Con. I did want to bring up. We went to MGS Con. I did want to bring that up
Bring it up.
because specifically, well, first of all, had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It was only one day, but it was a lot of fun and great to see everybody there. We had Garrett, I will say, Garrett did a really good job. He put together he's like, hey, we're going to have a whole corner. We can display stuff. We can do all kinds of stuff. Okay. And he made mannequins that displayed, we had on display all the original gear from our 2003 Metal Gear Solid video. Like, we still have all that stuff. He displayed all that. He displayed the Raiden costume from our E3 video for Konami in 2012. We had like a whole gallery of stuff there, which we never really had at any other con. So that was really neat. Had a panel there. All of that was really fun. That's all great. I want to talk about the incident we were witness to.
Someone slipped and pee.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Listen, if this person is out there and they're watching this, I'm not, I feel for you. I'm sorry this happened to you. But I mean, it would be wrong not to share the story. We were just chilling at our booth, and I don't know why. This has stuck with me for weeks now. There was someone in like Metal Gear Solid 2 Snake, like that blue kind of outfit. They got the whole thing, all that gear. They look like they're straight out of MGS2. And for some reason, they were standing there in the hallway. I don't know if they were waiting. I mean, David Hayter was there and had a line the entire
time.
con, like from beginning to end. Yeah. And
Popular guy.
yeah, who knew at a Metal Gear Solid convention? But I don't know if this guy was waiting. I think he was just chilling. I think that was over and he was just chilling there. But he had a big bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah, like Frank's Red Hot or
Like,
something.
yeah, one of those.
Something like that.
And I don't know if that was part of his costume or part of like it looked like it was part of a bit. Like he had the full costume with that bottle of hot sauce. It looked like there was some kind of bit they were gonna do or something, or part of his costume. I don't know. And I saw a group walk by. It was I think it was Cynthia Harrell. She sings Snake Eater. I want to say it was like her and her crew. Maybe not. I don't know. Group walks by and I don't know if they hit the bottle or if he just turned and did it himself.
I think what happened was he saw her and turned. I don't think anyone of her crew or her had anything to do with it.
Okay, yeah, I think maybe so. And he turned and the bottle hit the wall and that fucking hot sauce shattered and went. I mean, this is a pretty nice hotel, and I'm talking the nice. I don't think the place is new, but very nice convention center, all that, and that carpet was destroyed.
Now, I will say the way it shattered was in the funniest way possible because the bottle was intact. It was just the bottom.
Just what?
And he was still holding the bottle, and the bottom and the sauce was everywhere else.
It just spilled blood red everywhere. And then we just are hearing, son of a bitch. That was part of